Welcome to our class. Today I would like us to look at the labor costing. Labor costing. So labor costing refers to direct wages of factory workers. Labor cost refers to direct wages of factory workers. Labor is the main element which follows the material costing, and it is normally 15% to 30% of total production cost. So the labor should be should be at a minimum of 15% and a maximum of 30% of the total production cost. So a labor cost consists of basic pay, that is daily, weekly, or monthly wages. And also we have the labor related costs, which in most cases we call them incentives, e.g. holiday pay, overtime, premiums, etc. Laborers must be paid a fair remuneration for their services, and some incentives must be given to them to motivate them for hard working and also for extra working they do. Labor cost must be also analyzed against the various jobs completed by laborers. It must be ensured that the laborers have really worked for the hours paid for them. This means that laborers will not sit idle during the working hours, and they should contribute effectively to increase the production. Okay, I would like us to look at the methods of, before we go to the methods of computing wages, I would like us to look at the wages control. So from the notes you can see how you control the wages. The system of paying wages is of importance to any organization. So correct amount of wages must be paid to the employees, at the right time. And if wages are not paid in the right time or in the right manner, then employees will not work hard, and as a result, income will fall. So wages should be paid according to terms and conditions of employment of each worker. Any over or underpayment of wages is not desirable. If wages are paid without work, then this is unnecessary cost and it is a loss to the organization. So the main purpose of wages control is to ensure the payment of wages in such a way that both the employee and the employer benefits, or they are benefited. So sometimes wage payments are shown on the payroll to an existing employees. So these wages which are shown on the payroll to non-existing employees, we call them dummy wages. So supervisors and persons funds to dummy wages. Similarly, when wages are paid according to hours worked, some employees may try to show more hours in order to get extra wages. So we must have precautionary measures to ensure that the wages are paid correctly. So wages system should be well organized and most effective. So in order to ensure that we prevent the wages fraud, the following steps should be taken. The names of workers employed should be checked with the name of workers to whom wages are paid. The names of workers employed should be checked with the name of workers to whom wages are paid. Personnel records should be checked from time to time. Personnel records should be checked from time to time. Also, time records and piecework records must be maintained correctly and accurately. The various stages of wages preparation should be assigned to different employees, and also the wage sheets should be signed by all persons responsible in preparation of wages. Total wages should be compared with the original estimate of costing department. So another step is to look at the receipts of wages, which are supposed to be duly signed by the workers. So the receipts of wages should be duly signed by the workers. When you give the workers or you pay the workers, make sure you sign if you are paying them cash. But if you are paying them through the account, they must give you the account number and also the branch. The amount drawn from the bank should vary with the actual amounts required. When you are paying cash, make sure that the amount which you draw from the bank is the exact amount which is going to be used in paying the wages. So amount drawn from the bank should vary with the actual amounts required. Any unpaid wages should be deposited in the bank immediately. So the balance remaining, or if there are some workers who never came for their payment, make sure the amount is deposited the bank immediately. Let us look at the wages procedure. So the procedure of calculating the paying wages is established in all organizations. So you must establish the procedure which you are going to follow when you are going to pay the employees. So the main purpose of establishing wages procedure are the following: to calculate the wages earned by each employee in view of terms of employment and the number of hours worked. It also includes payment of bonus, allowances, overtime, premium, and holiday pay. Also, another purpose is to fulfill legal requirements like deductions of income tax, National Social Security Fund, and National Hospital Fund. Also, another purpose is to take into account other deductions like pension contributions, the payment of loans, and any other deductions. Another purpose is to provide adequate information to the cashier to enable him to pay the amount due to workers. And also, another purpose is to complete the accounting records of the business regarding the wages paid and to ensure the proper use of amounts deducted for various reasons. So wages are paid mostly to the workers on an hourly basis. The hours of work are recorded on the clock cards issued to them. These clock cards contain the information regarding name, clock number, hours worked on different dates of the month, and so on. From these clock cards, the number of hours worked, so showing normal time and overtime, are transferred to the payroll. So the number of hours, normal hours, and the overtime are transferred to the payroll. So let us look at the payroll. What's a payroll? So a payroll is a list of employees. It's a list of employees showing the details of their gross wages, deductions, and the net wages due to them. So it has to show you the gross wages, deductions, and the net wages. So the gross wages will consist of the net or the basic wage plus the incentives. That's the allowance. The payroll is also called the wages sheet. It's also called the wages sheet. So as I've said, the gross wages or pay of laborers is calculated on the basis of the following documents. We have the clock cards and the piece tickets and the employee's personal card. So this clock card will give the number of hours by each employee. The B ticket will provide information regarding the number of items produced by each worker. So these are used for those workers who are paid according to work completed. Like now we have a method which we call piece rate method. We are going to learn about the methods of calculating wages. An employee personal cards will provide information regarding the wage rates. Employees personal cards will provide information regarding the wage rates. So the payroll contains different columns which are used to record some specific figures. The names of workers are arranged alphabetically or according to the serial numbers of their clock cards. A separate wages sheet is prepared for each month. A separate wages sheet is prepared for each month. So at the end of each month, a separate payroll is prepared. Let's go at the procedure of preparing the payroll. The first step of preparing the payroll one, the number of hours worked. The number of hours worked is multiplied by wage rate per hour. Number of hours worked is multiplied by wage rate per hour. Overtime worked are multiplied by wage rate, which is applicable to the overtime worked. So in this way, gross wage of each employee is recorded into gross wages column. So you get the basic wage, you add the overtime to get the gross wages. Then you record it in the gross wages column. Then the income tax payable by each employee is calculated under the system of pay as you earn, and then the amount is recorded in the pay as you earn column of the payroll. Another step, the contributions of each employee regarding the National Social Security Fund, NSSF, and the National Hospital Insurance Fund, NSIF, are also shown into respective columns. So NSSF and NHIF are compulsory deductions, and these amounts are paid by the employer on the behalf of employees with the respective departments. Total deductions for each employee are shown in a separate column. Total deduction for each employee are shown in a separate column. Then the total deductions are subtracted from the gross wages, and net wages are entered into another column. So the gross wages, you deduct the deductions to get the net wages, then you enter the amount of net wages in another column. That is the net wages column. Then if there is any advance taken by the employee or loan repayment, they are subtracted to find out the wages due or payable to the employee. So if the employee has taken any amount, any loan, or is supposed to pay a loan, make sure you deduct the amount from the net wages to get now the balance due or the wages due or the wages payable. That's the procedure of preparing a payroll. Okay, I would like us to look at the methods of computing wages. Now, how do you compute the wages? When we say computing, we mean calculating. So when we say methods of computing wages or calculating wages, we refer to the basis of determining what to be paid to an employee for his service. We determine what is to be paid to an employee for his services. So basically, wages are paid according to performance or according to time spent by an employee on employer's work. Meaning, if you are using time rate, we are going to look at the time spent by an employee on employer's work. If we are going to use piece rate, we are going to look at the performance. So the methods will include time rate method, and this method payment is made on the basis of time. That may be an hour, a day, a week, or a month. So under time rate method, payment is made on the basis of time. That may be an hour, a day, a week, or a month. Meaning, you can pay the worker per hour, or per day, or per week, or per month. So a certain sum of money is set for each of the above unit of time. Mostly the workers are paid according to number of hours worked during a particular week or month. Hourly rate is decided in advance at the time a worker is employed. Hourly rate is decided in advance at the time a worker is employed. This hourly rate is multiplied by the number of hours worked during a particular month, and the resultant figure is the wage for that month. Let's look at the advantages of time rate method. One, convenient method, wages can be calculated easily. Another advantage is that employees can forecast their income, and they are inspired to receive this income. Another advantage is that this method eliminates the need to measure the performance of the workers. It eliminates the need to measure the performance of the workers. Then, another advantage is that time rate method is more suitable for such jobs where work cannot be divided into smaller units, e.g. the work of a driver, typist, or any service provider. Disadvantages include this method discourages the more efficient workers because they receive the same amount which is received by inefficient and less employees. Even if you work hard and the other person is seated, you get the same payment. So the more efficient workers are discouraged. Also, it requires cross supervision of employees. Otherwise, they do not show interest in their work because they are just counting hours. So you cannot have interest on the work. This makes the supervisors to be close with you. Supervisors to have close supervision. Another method is piece rate method. So under piece rate method, an employee is paid per unit of product, article, or per job completed. An employee is paid per unit of product, article, or per job completed. So this method is used only if the work can be divided into uniform pieces, as is even possible for factory jobs. If a worker is paid, for example, 100 shillings for every 20 units produced, then this method is called piece rate method. Let's look at the advantages. It provides an incentive to more efficient workers. So because they are paid according to work done, the more efficient workers get more income. It does not require close supervision of employees. You can supervise yourself because you need money. So it doesn't require a supervisor to be close to you when you are working. So it does not require close supervision of employees. It also provides the employer an easy way of determining labor cost per unit of a product. It provides the employer an easy way of determining labor cost per unit of a product. Disadvantages: the workers can produce inferior or poor quality products in order to produce greater quantity in short time. The workers can produce inferior or poor quality products in order to produce greater quantity in short time. Also, this method cannot be applied to those jobs which are not easy to divide in small pieces. This method cannot be applied to those jobs which are not easy to provide or to divide into small pieces. So this method does not ensure stable monthly income of workers. So the workers cannot plan for the amount because they are not sure how much they are going to earn. So it is not a good method because it does not ensure a stable monthly income of workers. So we have other methods of computing wages. We have high time rate for overtime. Okay, under high time rate for overtime, normal working hours are paid at the normal time rate, but for the overtime worked during weekdays and at weekends, a higher rate is paid in order to induce the workers to work for more hours. Usually, normal working hours from Monday to Friday are 8 hours per day, and for Saturday, 5 hours. So this means that weekly normal working hours are 45. During weekend or weekdays, for extra time worked, hourly rate is 50% higher than the normal hourly rate. For Sundays, it is supposed to be double than the normal hourly rate. Okay, so if you work extra hours weekdays, you're supposed to be paid 50% higher than the normal hourly rate. Normal hourly rate is 100%. So for the weekdays overtime is supposed to be 150%. And for the weekend, it's supposed to be double, meaning 200%. Okay. Another method is the piece rate with guaranteed time rate. Piece rate with guaranteed time rate. So under this method, a specific amount is paid to the worker on daily or monthly basis, irrespective of units produced by him during that period. But if his output exceeds beyond a minimum limit, then he is paid according to piece rate method. So this method ensures a specific daily or monthly income of the workers. The lower output in a specific period may result due to some reasons not related to the efficiency of the workers. For example, shortage of materials, power failure, machinery breakdown, etc. So in such cases, the guaranteed wage, the guaranteed wage is paid to the worker. Another method is the differential piece rate. So under differential piece rate of various levels of output is paid. the worker. So if the worker produces more units, then he gets higher piece rate beyond a specific level of output. Okay, so it will depend on which level of output you produce so that you get the piece rate which is guaranteed to that level of production. Then after the payment of wages, we are supposed to receive a bonus. Bonus is another incentive which our worker is supposed to be receiving. So under the bonus, we have the premium bonus schemes, which are recognized by most all of the organizations when they are paying their employees. We have three of them. We have ASRE, and we have ASRE waiver and ROAN scheme. So the premium bonus is paid to the workers according to hours saved. Premium bonus paid to the workers according to the hours saved. So the employers assign some jobs to the workers to complete within a specific number of hours. If the worker completes these jobs in less than time allowed, then there are some savings to the employers. Workers are paid according to hours worked. The employers save some money because they are not supposed to pay the workers for the hours saved by them. So according to premium bonus schemes, the savings accrued to the employers out of the time saved by the workers should be shared between the employers and the workers. So the premium bonus is paid to a worker on the basis of his individual efforts. So the formula for the workers' total pay, I say, is the basic wage, that's the day rate wage plus bonus based on the time saved. Time saved, to get the time saved is the time around minus time taken. If time taken exceeds the time around, then there is no time saved. In this case, there is no bonus, and the wage rate is normally paid for the time taken. So let us look at the three bonus schemes. We have ASRE. I'll give you the formula. For the ASRE, bonus equals to a half into brackets time saved times wage rate. Half into brackets time saved times wage rate. For ASRE, we have bonus equals to that's 1/3 the brackets time saved times wage rate. The difference is only half under that. Then for row one, bonus equals to time taken times time saved times wage rate over time allowed. So if you use the three formulas, you can get the bonuses according to the three premium schemes, and then you decide which scheme you are going to use as an organization. So in our next lesson, we are going to look at the overheads. We're going to look at the overheads.